downward dog, cobra, and warrior. If someone were to tell you to do some of these things, you might think they were crazy. In fact, I am just naming some of the many basic yoga poses. My name is Cassie S, and I have been practicing yoga for 2 years. Today I'm going to talk about the misconceptions of yoga and why they are misconceptions. Some of them include that people think yoga is not a religion. Some people believe that it is a religion, that it's just used for physical fitness, and that you can't lose weight as you would lose in other forms of exercising. So first I'm going to start what yoga is. It's a 5,000-year-old practice and is derived from the Sanskrit word yu, which means to unite and integrate. As Stella Weller says in her book, Finding Balance and Serenity in Everyday Life, she says that yoga is uniting one's mind, body, and spirit. And according to Statistic Brain Research Institute, about 15 million Americans practice yoga. So some people may think that yoga is a religion, when in fact it is not. According to Jill Lawson, Yoga in America, her article says that the American Yoga Association believes religion is based on the worship of a god that exists outside oneself. And they say it is not accurate to say that yoga is a religion because it's the practice of focusing on you internally, and there's no worship of a god. This was even brought about in a court case where in 2013, parents of a San Diego school district were saying that they don't want their children to practice yoga in schools because they think that yoga is a religion and it conflicts with other religions. So here's a video that explains a little bit more about it.
Dina and Jennifer Sedlock in San Diego are suing their child's school district because it turns out that their school is offering their child yoga. And yoga is part of the physical education curriculum that they have there. And, it's something that's different. You don't see that a lot in public schools. And it's part of a $533,000 grant from the Joyce Foundation. And it's supposed to help these kids, learn to be more physically active, to stretch. But unfortunately, the Sedlocks have a problem with this because they feel like it is an attempt to indoctrinate the students, to turn them into these Buddhists, because yoga is religious in their opinion, right? Now, yoga can be religious, but in this context, it's not. And the school administrators and the district administrators have been very clear on that. They're saying, no, this has nothing to do with religion, it has nothing to do with spirituality, we don't want to do that at all.
So the judge on this case, Judge John Meyer, says that in its roots, yoga is and can be religious. However, in America, we perceive it as a cultural phenomenon where it's just used as exercising and a way to get these kids active in schools. So now I'm going to go into why yoga is not just physical exercise, which many people think it is. And this is because of asana, which is the practice of moving your body in poses in different postures in yoga. And this helps improve your mood by directly affecting areas of the body where you store grief and anger. So it's a connection between the mind and the body, which is unique to yoga more than any other type of exercise. So this is why yoga isn't just about moving your body. It has to do with uniting the mind and the body. And this is seen in Amy Weintraub's article called Yoga, Not Just an Exercise. She talks about research conducted by the National Institute of Mental Health and Neuroscience in India. And they did a research about depression and yoga and if there's a relationship. And there was a high success rate of 73% of people that were depressed, that yoga helped them with their breathing and in turn helped them get rid of their depression. And this is due to pranayama, which is a practice of breathing in yoga, where you breathe in through the nose and in 3 distinct rhythms, and your mouth is closed, and it helps relax your body, relieve stress, and can even go as far as getting rid of depression. So yoga is just more than moving your body. The last misconception I'm going to go into is why yoga helps with weight loss as much as any other form of exercising. Even though you may think that those exercises are more physically demanding, you can still lose weight by practicing it. So according to Hilary Dowdley's article, The Surprisingly Gentle Yoga Can Help You Lose Serious Weight, she cites Dr. Alan Crystal, who says that the weight loss that happens with gentle yoga isn't due to typical ways you lose weight, where you burn more calories than you take in, but it has to do with reducing your stress level, which in terms means you're gonna not eat as much. When we're stressed, sometimes you probably all know we tend to eat more because you have a desire to eat foods that are higher in fat and higher in sugar. So if we reduce that stress level by practicing yoga and using techniques like I mentioned as pranayama, which has to do with your breath control, you can reduce that stress and at the same time you will eat less. So I hope you learned a little bit about the misconceptions of yoga and why yoga is not religion and it's more than a physical exercise, and it can definitely help with weight loss just as any other form of exercising. So as I close this speech, I'm going to do so in a traditional yoga way. You'd end a yoga class by clasping my hands in front of my heart chakra, signifying the divine flow, and bowing in namaste.